met Benita Vergatini.
Smile 90.4 FM.
Joining us this evening as the country confronts the privacy, cybersecurity and ethical risks of smart glasses as wearable AI creeps in and reshapes consumer consent outlook is lead cybersecurity engineer at ESET, Allan Juma. Allan, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here, Benito.
Smart glasses are entering the mainstream rapidly. How vulnerable are we to having our privacy violated before we even realize that what these devices are doing?
Well, smart glasses are the latest wearables in town. So basically, smart glasses, they can look like any normal glasses, prescription glasses, but the difference between them and normal glasses is they have the ability to take photos and also record videos, as well as live stream some of this information, as well as having storage of up to 32 GB. So the challenge with these particular glasses, as far as privacy is concerned, is the fact that they're very inconspicuous as far as recording is concerned. Take, for example, a smartphone. If I have my smartphone, take a photo or record, people will know definitely what I'm doing. But with these glasses, there is no telltale signs. I can be recording and nobody will ever be the wiser. So that is a challenge with privacy, because people don't get the option to, consent or reject to being recorded.
So how then so they obviously are changing the rules around consent and public privacy. How does one then address this?
Well, it's a difficult one to address, because there needs to be robust legislation that actually is tailor-made for such wearables or such smart glasses, AI power technology, or Internet of Things. And this is the reason, because in South Africa, there is what we call the POPIA. The POPIA fundamentally puts a lot of the responsibility on the data controller. If I record data, then I need to inform the people I'm recording about my recording and what I'm doing with that particular data. But you see now in smart glasses or wearable glasses, you're not able to, people do not have that opportunity to decline or give their consent. So that's a challenging area. But the foundation for POPIA is there, as well as other legislation in South Africa.
How easy is it, Allan, for someone wearing AI-enabled smart glasses to identify a stranger in real time using facial recognition and online data?
Well, Benito, that's a very good question, actually. Recently, there was a study done by some students in Harvard. So what they did is they had some of these smart glasses. They hooked it up to IG Live. They went live on IG. And also they had an LLM, a large language model that they had created. What it was doing, it was in real time doing image searches of all the photos and videos that they took. So in real time, they were able to identify who somebody is, where they work, and other, personal information about these particular individuals. So theoretically, it can be done. Have we seen it out in the wild to record people and monetize these videos without the subject's consent?
South Africa already struggles with cybercrimes, stalking and gender-based violence. Could these devices, these smart glasses, amplify those risks in ways that policymakers are underestimating or may never have considered?
Definitely. You're very right, Benito. I'll give you two examples, one in Kenya and another one in Ghana. So there's a gentleman from Russia who was touring these two countries, and he had smart glasses. He had intimate moments with ladies in these two particular countries. When he went back to his home country, he uploaded this content on his socials, on TikTok, on whatnot, and actually monetized it. So you see, this was an intimate moment that now is being used to gain money, to have monetary gain without their knowledge. In another case in the UK, somebody actually was recording women on the beach, complimenting them and uploading these images and these videos on their TikTok page, teaching men how to approach ladies. Now, this is just some of the cases that have hit the limelight. What about the cases we have not yet known about? So definitely for GBV, gender-based violence, this can actually exacerbate that particular situation.
Further to some of those risks, I mean, how serious is the risk of doxing and identity theft or even targeted harassment, Allan?
It is very, very real, because if I'm using these particular glasses and I'm stalking somebody, there will be none the wiser. I can just go within their vicinity, record them without them knowing. I can get to know their pattern. And if I get up close to them, I can actually do what we call shoulder surf. I can see what they're texting. I can see what they're, maybe who they're chatting with. I can get so much information and actually dox them, as you're saying, as a result of this, covert recording.
From a cybersecurity perspective, how vulnerable are smart glasses themselves to hacking, malware, or remote compromise by cyber criminals?
Like any other thing that is software-based or firmware-based and connects to the internet, the challenges are many. The cyber threats are many. I'll just list a few of them. Number one, the underlying operating system or the firmware can actually be taken over. Just like we see with mobile devices or laptops, the same thing can happen. There's also what we call the companion apps. What is a companion app? This is an app that, you link it to this particular smart glasses, maybe to help you edit your videos or help you edit your photos. So these third-party or companion apps, you don't know the legitimacy of them. Some of them can come preloaded with malware. So even as you're editing, inadvertently, you're giving control over your smart glasses to the malicious actors. The other thing could be, of course, with live streaming, we want to be live all the time. And if you're using an insecure network connection or fake Wi-Fi, then the chances of that traffic being captured or injecting malicious content in that traffic is also very, very high.
My word, Allan, it's a minefield. It's a minefield. The country's legislation, Papaya, was designed before invisible wearance, before these glasses became mainstream. Where do you believe our legal framework is falling short?
Well, as far as the legal framework is concerned, POPIA, like I said earlier on, POPIA places a lot of responsibility on the data controller, that they need to declare that they are collecting the data and what purpose this data is for. Now, when you take away that ability to inform the subject that they're being recorded, now that's a gray area. And it's not only a South African problem, it's an African problem. It's a global problem whereby public participation, we need to go back and have a look at this and say, okay, fine, how can we come up with a robust legislation that actually encompasses all these threats, both now and in the near future?
Allan, lastly, what concerns you about the link between AI, wearable technology, and our behavior as human beings?
It's a societal problem. It's a big problem because, with great power comes great responsibility. This is a lot of power whereby I can record whatever I want, whenever I want, and nobody will know. How am I going to be ethical about it? That's on the consumer end, but also on the, the big tech end. What measures are they putting in place to make sure that such information is not used for other activities or other purposes? How can they assure us that the tech they are putting out there cannot be taken over or used for malicious activities, both to the society, government, and mankind at large?
Lead cybersecurity engineer at ESET, Allan Juma. Appreciate your insights, Allan. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Benito. It was a pleasure.